Hey guys, what's up? Cinema11 here with my review slash first impressions of Beyblade Burst. Beyblade Burst is airing on Disney XD in America, and they aired new episodes for 2 weeks, and this will be my review of the first 11 episodes. My first impressions of the show were that it's pretty different from the last series, the Metal Saga, and I wasn't sure if I liked that or not, but I continued watching Beyblade Burst and I ended up really liking the show. The basic story of the season so far is that the characters are all participating in this local tournament while also going to middle school, and I'm guessing they're in Japan. It looks like it's in Japan. The purpose of this local tournament seems to be setting up the main cast of the show, establishing the Beyblade Club at the main character Vault's school, and I'm thinking this arc will lead into another larger tournament. And the last Beyblade series, the Metal Saga, was split into 4 animes, so it's possible that this story could take a while with them setting up various things. But with a Beyblade Club, I'm guessing the next arc will probably be a team tournament. So the main character Vault, he isn't good at Beyblade, and I believe this is the first time the series has done this. Usually the main character of a Beyblade anime series is amazing at Beyblade, and there's someone that really stands out among the characters, but Vault isn't that. He gets lucky, and he's learning Beyblade. It's almost like he's learning it with the audience, and this is alright, but I think someone being good at Beyblade is a better way of handling the show, because Beyblade isn't that hard of a concept to understand, so I don't know why this is specifically going on. Of course, it's a different way of handling the show because I've never done this before, but I just feel like a main character that's good at the sport, it's good enough, it's a good setup, let's go. But I just personally see Vault learning to play Beyblade or having a main character that isn't so good at Beyblade. It's not really that fun, but again, it is very different from the last series of Beyblade, or actually all the series of Beyblade, so that is cool because it is different, it stands out. Vault's friend and rival, Shu, is very strong at Beyblade, and he's one of the characters that is hyped up in the first arc by being hyped up and not being hyped up, if that makes any sense. They show that Shu is strong as a blader. He's been established as a strong Beyblader, and a lot of the characters look forward to facing him, but we don't get to see him play Beyblade that much, so I think that's kind of like, you know, this guy's strong, but we're going to save this guy for the end, potentially the end of the tournament, that's what I'm guessing. And Rantaru Kayama, I hope I'm saying that right, or Honcho, is also one of Vault's friends, and he's very confident, and he's comedic relief for the show. Ken Midori is also one of the main characters, and he uses puppets to speak, and I'm unsure if he's spoken in the show yet. I thought I heard his voice, but I'm not really sure because I checked the wiki, and I kind of got spoiled on something, but I don't think he's spoken yet, so let's go with that. And I thought it was really unique how he uses the puppets to speak, and they have their own way of speaking, but I also just want to hear the dude talk already. Just say something. Daigo Kuragami is the last main character, and he's a pretty dark individual. I don't really have a good gauge on his personality yet, because he kind of changes from his introduction to how he is now, so I don't know what's going on with him, but he kind of just changes fast. I guess that's kind of the vibe I got from him. And finally, we have Wacky Murasaki. He is also a character, and I'm pretty sure he'll end up becoming a main character. He's been focused on pretty heavily, but it's just that he's also very rude, so I don't know if he could be on the main cast or not. But yeah, that's pretty much the main cast of the show. There's also characters like Hoji Kanda and Orochi Gemba. I think Orochi is awesome, but he hasn't done much so far. He's kind of like one of the other characters that I feel like is being hyped up for something else later on in the show. And I like how they kept all the names pretty true to their Japanese names. I mean, there's a few changes here and there, but I like that they have their names. And it's a little hard to get all their names right, but that'll happen with time. So hopefully I set them all correctly, but if I didn't, don't crucify me or anything. It's funny how Beyblade is better with keeping Japanese names than Pokemon or Digimon are with their anime series. I thought 3 episodes would be good enough to get an understanding of Beyblade, but it turns out they've changed the rules of the game again. So far, it seems like there is a point system in the show, and I'm not sure if this will change in the future. I would like for it to change in the future, but it's not that much of an issue. I just kind of like the previous way that Beyblade went in the Metal Saga. Basically, if your Beyblade is knocked out of the stadium, or it slows to a stop, it's 1 point. If your Beyblade is broken into pieces, it's 2 points. And the first person to 3 points wins, so they do multiple rounds of this, and it's not really exciting in the first few episodes of the show, but it does get better. And I think another issue related to this is that it feels like Beyblade in real life, or that they've tried to make this anime replicate real life in some way. There are different types of Beyblades in the show, as there were previously in the Metal Saga. There's attack, defense, and stamina. Attack, base, attack. Defense, base, defend. And then stamina bays are meant to last. And my problem with this is that the characters with the defense bays go to the middle of the stadium immediately and stay there. This is something that can happen in real life, and you can't really control where your Beyblade goes, so it might just stand there instead of like spinning around. This is something that could happen in real life. You know, you play Beyblade, it might go to the middle of the stadium, or it might be spinning around or something, but you can't really control it. And just having them put their Beyblade in the middle of the stadium and just leave it there as a tactic, that's boring. In the last saga, no matter what the type was, people still attacked. And the middle of the stadium strategy existed in the Metal Saga, but it wasn't used so heavily. And in this, it's used very heavily, because I feel like everyone with a defense type bay in this show has gone to the middle of the stadium and stayed there. In previous series, the Beyblades breaking into pieces would be a big deal, but since it's part of the game now, they just break into their individual parts instead of getting damaged. And when players do this, it's called a burst finish. I wanted to say a few more things about the characters. If you've seen Future Card Buddy Fights English dub, you'll recognize Volt's voice because it's Gal Mikado's voice. And most of the voices are okay, but I think Honcho's takes some getting used to. Now it's okay, but it just doesn't really fit the character. Like, there will be scenes where he's supposed to sound serious, and his voice, it just sounds silly. It just sounds like it's meant for comedy scenes specifically. Just comedy scenes, but I don't know. You can't really fix that now. It'd be kind of dumb to just change the voice actor. I'm not really feeling that. And on Disney XD, they have Volt, Shu, Ken, Daigo, and Honcho together. And this was confusing to me because I'm not sure on Shu's role, because Shu has been hyped up and he's seen as strong, so I thought he would be on his own. Based on that, he's going to eventually join the Beyblade Club. But what about Wacky? Because Wacky also seems like he would join the main cast at some point. Even though he's a rude character, it seems like he would join the main cast at some point. And that's just too many characters together, because that would be over 6 people, and for a team you only need 4 or 5 people pretty much. And there needs to be someone opposing the main cast, and I'm guessing that will end up being Wakia or some sort of evil group. But if they do have all these characters together, it's just going to be a lot. So that was just my main issue. Later in the tournament, Wakia says something pretty terrible, and in my opinion, there's only one way to take that comment that he made towards Hoji, but he has a good relationship with Hoji despite his terrible personality, which I don't understand. If you've seen the show, you'll probably know the scene I'm talking about, the whole scene concerning Hoji and Wakia and the match later on in the show. But it's also funny how some of the characters have joined the main cast, but the way that they were introduced, it's so dark and, you know, messed up. And Daigo's a great example of this. He's rude, he loses, and now he's suddenly friendly, and he's friends with everyone. And it's a kid's anime, so it doesn't matter that much, but I just wanted to bring that up. As I've said before, I like how Volt is learning, and hopefully we get to a point where he is just good and continues to learn but not make as many mistakes. And they are juggling a lot of characters for the first arc, and I'm wondering how they'll do a team tournament in the first season. As I just mentioned, there are a lot of main characters now. And I'm also wondering how they'll make the main character strong but different from Volt, because right now it kind of seems like Volt is established as the strong one because, you know, of what's happened in the tournament so far. But the other characters also still seem strong. It's just they're not getting a chance to showcase their talent, and they're not going to be able to showcase their talent if they have to go against the main character. That's just how it works. I still think the Metal Saga is the best Beyblade series to date. I've said that online before, and I got into a fight with someone over this. Like, people got really rude because I said the Metal Saga was better. I don't understand. It's not that serious. Please respect my opinion, and I'll respect your opinion. If you like the original, that's cool. If you like Beyblade Burst more, that's cool. But, you know, let's not, you know, throw insults at each other. Beyblade Burst takes some getting used to, as it it's slowly getting better, but once I got past the first few episodes, I was loving it and waiting for more of it every day, and it definitely gets better, and I think you should check it out. If you've seen Beyblade Burst, be sure to tell me what you think about it in the comments without spoilers. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.